What up, fam? It's your boy Manly Brandon, back with part 2 of mistakes I made while losing weight and putting on muscle. I'm gonna put that as an addendum because that's my goal now. To recap, some of the mistakes that I made, the big ones that I've made and continue to make are not eating right, cutting too many calories out. Getting addicted to that feeling of looking at the scale and watching that number decrease every day. The best way to do it is a slow burn. It's sustainable and it feels a lot better for you. Equating weight loss with fat loss, they're different. Yes, fat loss is included in weight loss, but that also includes muscle loss and water loss. So if you lose a lot of weight, it might not necessarily all be fat, and it can cost you muscle, which it cost me. See, I have all this extra skin where my muscles used to be, and they're also fat. Let's be honest, there's fat there too. But when I first started losing weight, I could bench press 300. Now I'm barely getting back up to over 200. So it's you lose a lot when you lose, especially if you're doing it the wrong way. I should have done a body recomposition, which is gaining muscle while losing weight. But I didn't. I just went for the cheap and easy. I killed it on cardio. I would sweat about 5 pounds of water out every time I work out. And that's what I thought was actually effective weight loss. And it does lower the number on the scale temporarily in the case of water weight, but it doesn't lead to you getting the body that you want. I was scrawny and kind of sickeningly skinny even for my weight, even though I was technically still overweight. I had all this loose skin and I just looked gross. And I'm not any kind of prize pig now, but I feel like I look and feel a lot better. I got more roundness and robustness to my arm muscles. You can see some veins going on. And that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to build that back up. So don't make that mistake that I did. It's not the same. Weight loss and fat loss are two different things. Another mistake I made and I continue to make is getting on a slippery slope while grazing. Grazing is like when you're walking around your house and there's a chip, I'll grab a chip. Oh, there's some crackers, I'll grab some crackers. And you just eat little tiny bits and it all adds up. Like last night, for the first time in several weeks, I went over my calories and I went over significantly. I woke up in the middle of the night and ate 3 Slim Jims. Not so good. I shouldn't even have had the Slim Jims. So don't keep snacks and stuff in your house or you will eat them. 100% you will eat them. It's okay to keep, what I find is if you get hungry, eat something super low in calorie that's super filling. I should have ate just like a cucumber, chopped up a cucumber, thrown on some salsa, made some cucumber nachos, something where it's going to be filling, but with very little caloric, if I can eat an entire cucumber sliced up with a serving of salsa, several servings of salsa, and be less than 100 calories. And it's good and it's filling. So yeah, don't keep high calorie snacks around your house, even if you're just I'll save them for when I'll have one every now and then. Because you may have one every now and then, or you may have 3 at once. It's dangerous. Don't do it. Another mistake I made, and I think a lot of people are guilty of, is trying to outwork a bad diet. You can do it to an extent, very small extent, a couple days. You can okay, I ate too much, so I'll hit the gym a little bit harder. But long-term, unsustainable. You'd have to murder yourself in the gym. It's sad and sickening how little exercise actually burns calories. Most of your calorie loss is through non-exercise activity. So just hanging out and bouncing your knee and stuff. I'd imagine there's probably less obese type A personalities in the world than type Bs, but I don't know. I wonder if there's ever been a study about that. I guess anyone can identify as either one. But I'm ones that with the classic, always fidgeting traits. Another mistake that I've made here recently is getting addicted to the pump when you're in the gym. Because I just did some push-ups and so my arms look pretty good right now, flex and everything. But that goes away very quick because that's just your blood going in there to repair any stuff. And I was just doing some push-ups. Like it looks way better if I'm actually hitting like the weights, but it's temporary. So get your pump, get your pictures in, feel good, but just know you're going back to mortal status not too shortly after. So don't get addicted to that look and thinking that you can have it all the time. I doubt there's very many people, even like upper tier athletes, who aren't pumped and getting that look more often than not. But it does feel nice. It really does. Like when you look at yourself and you're like, I like my progression here. I like where this is going. Another mistake that I made is really just, oh yeah, don't do exercises that you hate or dread. Do something you can always do. Also, don't mix up cardio and lifting days. Like I always thought you had to like do some cardio to warm up, lift it out, and then do some cardio to cool down. But that is not the case. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that, and it does make you more ridiculously tired, and I guess it deters muscle growth. But just anecdotally, I know that when I would dread, oh, I got to run this mile, and then stop and then do my workout, and I gotta ride on the bike for half an hour. Like when you start to build it up in your head, you make it bigger than it actually is. You don't want to dread working out. Just don't get to that point where you're like, I hate this and it's something I have to do. You want to try to turn to something you want to do because it makes you feel good. And unfortunately, there's not like a lot of instant gratification. The pump is about it. But if you're not at that point yet where you can notice the pump, then it can get pretty disheartening. That's why you start to get into other aspects, like I said, watching your weight drop so you cut more calories, overworking, just tiring yourself out. It's easy to fall into other pitfalls just because you're not seeing instant results. But progress is a slow process. I don't care what Fitty said. You got to keep it up, and consistency is key. If you do it every day or whatever, make sure you take your breaks in between and don't overtrain anything. But if you just do something, a little something every day, like even just walking around, like just get your 10,000 steps in. Just go for a walk. Like I know it's in the wintertime, especially where I live, sometimes it's impossible. So I walk around a lot at work, and I incorporate it into my job and make myself a more effective supervisor by walking around and observing things and catching people who are up to no good, that kind of stuff. So you'll find little ways to do it. If you work at a desk, stand up. Try not to sit down that much. Sitting down is the enemy of gains. It works in direct opposition. So yeah, don't fall into easy traps. And that's pretty much what I got for today. Like this is a shorter one. Like as I think of more, I'll record more of these videos. But I'm trying to do something that I wish that I had when I started. Because obviously I made all these mistakes. But if I can help people avoid them, then maybe you guys won't have to make these sort of sad videos. Also, don't listen to the rhetoric that like most diets fail and all that stuff. Diets fail because people follow fad diets. But like if you follow a diet that works for you, it will not fail. 100% success rate because it works for you. Why would it fail? But if you do stuff like that, you're like, okay, I'm going to go keto, but you love sugar and stuff like that, it's probably not going to work out because you're going to always crave that sugar. And there's nothing in keto there to replace it. So do something. And keto does work. It's great. Like that's why my 600-pound life is keto diet, because carbs are what we tend to overeat on. But don't do something that you can't do. Like, I mean, that sounds dumb, but just don't do it because you will fail and then you'll feel guilty about it. Also, little step backs are not a stumble down the mountain. Like if you're walking up and you regress a little bit, as long as you keep going, just keep telling yourself that. Like you're like, okay, I messed up this week, I'll get them next week. Like I just got to keep trying because eventually you're gonna have more wins than losses, and then you're gonna if you're above 500, you have a better chance of making the playoffs. So keep it up, and I believe in you because I believed in myself, and I got the results I'm heading towards the results that I want. I'm going to have this 6-pack by the end of the year, And I'm going to have muscle definition, and I'm going to do my Daredevil cosplay proud. All right, peace.